Hey guys, it's Vida and today we're going to be making an upside down fruits and nuts cake. This is a Christmas special recipe since Christmas is coming around. If any of you wanted to try out a special cake recipe, this would be a perfect fit for it. This is a really nice vanilla butter cake, and on top of that we have a rich mixture of brown sugar and butter that's mixed with nuts and dried fruits. The butter cake layer is super delicious and it goes very well with the flavor of the brown sugar, while the nuts and the fruits put it all together so well. Without any further ado, let's get on to making it. First, we need to make the brown sugar and fruits and nuts mixture for the upside down part. For that, add in butter and brown sugar into a saucepan. Also add in 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger paste, and a tablespoon of corn syrup. Instead of the ginger paste, you can also use ginger powder, but I recommend using ginger paste itself because that way you're going to get that better flavor of a spice cake and the Christmas feel. Also, if you don't have corn syrup, just add in a tablespoon of water or a tablespoon of thick sugar syrup. Either way, it's going to work perfectly fine. Now I've put this mixture over low flame and let the butter and sugar melt together. Once it starts to bubble like this, we can take it off of the flame, and at this point we can add in the dry fruits and nuts. I've taken 1 cup of dry fruits and half a cup of nuts. So what sort of nuts and dry fruits you want to use is totally up to you. I've just taken a little bit of dried cranberries, apricots and fig. Along with that, I've taken a little bit of raisins and tutti frutti. For the nuts, I've taken cashew nuts and almonds. All of these ingredients cut into little pieces. I've added that into my sugar and butter mixture. After mixing it up, let's add it into our baking tin. I've taken a 7-inch baking pan lined with parchment paper. You don't necessarily have to line it with parchment paper, without it also is going to be fine. But make sure to grease the pan with some oil. Once that's done, let's set it aside and get on to the next step. Next step is making the butter cake batter. For that, let's mix up all the dry ingredients. I have all-purpose flour, baking powder and salt. Just mix it all up and then set that aside. Next, take a large mixing bowl and add in unsalted butter. Make sure the butter is room temperature and always make sure that your butter is soft enough for it to cream up with the sugar. Beat the butter up until just creamy, and then we can add in sugar. I've taken 1 cup of sugar. Also add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and beat it again. And this time we need to beat it for a long while until the butter and sugar becomes a really nice and creamy mixture. In between, just scrape down the sides to make sure you're getting any excess and continue beating. Once the mixture is creamy enough, we need to add in 2 eggs. Add the eggs one by one. Once the first egg is incorporated, you can crack in the second egg and beat again. Now that the eggs are incorporated in, it's time to add the dry and wet ingredients. We need to alternate between the dry and wet mixture. We're going to be adding the dry mixture in 3 portions and the wet mixture in 2 portions. So we'll start with the dry and end with the dry. First, add in 1 portion of the dry ingredients. Once that's incorporated in, add in half of our wet ingredients. The wet ingredient is just milk. Next, again we need to add the second portion of our dry ingredients and continue doing the same thing. Add in the rest of the milk and beat it again. And finally, we can add in our last portion of the dry ingredients. Once that's incorporated, scrape down the sides to get in any excess, and then our vanilla butter cake batter is ready. Now it's time to add our butter cake batter on top of this brown sugar mixture. Level out the top, tap it quite a few times, and then we can keep this into a preheated oven of 180 degrees Celsius for baking. After baking, take it out of the oven and let the cake cool in the pan for at least 30 minutes before you take it out, because the cake is going to be pretty soft. Since it's a butter cake, the cake is going to be really soft, so you need to let it cool for at least 30 minutes before taking it out of the pan and serving it. I had saved some of the brown sugar sauce that we made earlier, so I'm just going to take that and drip it down the sides for a garnish. And there you go, our upside down fruits and nuts cake is ready. You can cut it and serve it right away. It's a super delicious recipe. The taste of the brown sugar goes really well with the butter cake. If you wanted to try something special for this Christmas, make sure to try this recipe out and send all your feedbacks in the comment box. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also ring that notification bell so that you get notifications every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. Love cooking. Bye bye.